things are going well. It's a completely different change of pace doing school online though, and it's not manageable. It's just I've never done this before. I've never even taken an online class before this semester, so this is all new to me.
I did some adjunct, and I still do some adjunct, but it's set for online, you know, and most of it is just me grading and giving feedback. So it is different.
Yeah.
Teaching what should be face-to-face, experiential. Sam, this is Zodia.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. Oh, you have very prompt students. This is amazing.
And this is Nick Check. And today we have all seniors, so that's pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice experience. Love it.
Hi, Austin.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Austin. I don't know if you remember me. I taught you yoga a few months ago now. When you and Beth came to yoga. Do you guys know how to change your name? Oh, wait, let's see. Oh, I found it. Never mind. I'm changing my name right now.
Yeah.
Austin, do you mind if I rename you to your name instead of with your mom's name?
Janie.
So people could see? I'm going to put your name, if that's okay. Great, great.
And Sam, I have a list of, we have 5 actors and we have 9 monologues. So everybody except one actor has 2 monologues. So I thought in no particular order, just kind of rotate off through the actors and they'll interpret, read, perform the monologues as we go. And I just didn't know if you'd like to have a little brief discussion with the writer after each monologue or at the very end.
I think after each, because it's fresh, you know, like the questions are going to be there. Yeah, I think after each monologue. Carrie also is very good with this stuff. So whenever she's connected, maybe we can get her opinion too. Hi, Carrie.
Hi. Oh, Nicole, I'm so glad to have you with us. And look at all your, like, these actors who are joining us.
It's exciting. And we still have 2 more actors joining us. And I presume more participants, unless they tuck tail and decide not to listen.
Oh gosh.
No, they'll be here. In fact, there's one right here.
Oh, hello, Rob.
Hi.
You want to pull up, Robert?
Yeah.
Oh, Carrie, so we were wondering if we should do a brief discussion of each monologue with like the writer of the monologue right after or at the very end altogether. What do you think? Probably right after, right?
I think right after would be good, as long as we keep it like short so that we have enough time for the others. Yeah, I love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And usually the way that I have worked in writing workshops, it's a conversation between the writer and the actor first. And because the origin, the birth came from the writer, they get first rights to ask questions, and they can ask to the actor, they can ask to the audience, and then the actor can provide any feedback as well or have any questions for the writer. Does that work as a format?
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Jenna.
Hello.
Hi, Louie.
Yeah.
I'm Nicole.
Hi.
I don't think I've met you yet.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Jenna. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
Yeah, we're kind of meeting each other, but I know you're not lining up the way my screen is lining up. I've learned that last night. I did a little video with a friend, and we timed it so we were having coffee and we would cook coffee together, right? We would do things and talk to each other, and then when the file got transferred, we're both going in the same direction. So I was like, I don't know if he's gonna edit it to make it work.
It's great to have you here, and I see Austin there as well. Oh my gosh, my mom is here. Mom.
Carrie's
Mom.
mom.
She's all the way in
Still connecting.
Virginia. Mom, that's so great that you're with us.
Hello, everybody.
That's awesome.
Hi.
Hi, Robert.
Hi, Mom.
We're still waiting for a few more people. Oh, we got Esther. Oh, this is great.
Oh, Esther, fabulous.
Yes.
Mhm.
And Yamalex, do you have video or sound?
Linda, good.
I do
Yeah.
have both of them, but I'm having a little lunch, so
Oh, okay.
I'm really
Hi,
hungry, guys.
Linda.
Yes,
You can hear me, right?
all the actors have arrived.
Yes, and we can hear you. We can hear you.
Sam, which writers are we still missing? Florence?
Yes.
Michael, right?
Yes, Michael.
I thought I just saw Michael. Oh no, that's Jim. Sorry.
Yeah, we got Jim here.
Florence, Michael, Sandy,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
and Beth.
I'm going to check with Michael. Louis or Sam, can you check with some of the others?
Yes. Uh-huh. Let's see who else we have.
I was just checking with Stanley.
Okay. Sam, who are you checking with?
Hello.
Oh, there's Sandy. Awesome.
Yes, Sandy.
Good to see
I'm
you,
checking.
Sandy. And Jesse. Wow, how great that you're here.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey, everyone.
Jesse's up in Santa Fe, you guys. So we have this is going
Oh.
everywhere.
It's awesome.
I'm checking with Beth right now, just to let you know, Carrie.
Okay. I'll check in with Earl here.
Right now you have a bookshelf in your.
No, that's a shelf. You can move that to either safe. Just change it to.
Hello.
Florence. Hi,
Oh,
Florence.
yay, Florence and Beth. Wonderful.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Florence.
Hello, Florence.
We are good.
Oh, I'm glad.
Hi, Beth. It's great to have you too.
Hi. I'm getting asked what the ID for the meeting is.
Oh,
I
really?
just got the link.
Do you know the ID, Sam or Louie?
Yeah. Okay, Beth, are you ready?
Yeah.
175 514 900.
175514900.
Yes, I believe so.
Thank you.
And then it might need a password if they ask you for the meeting ID. It's strange. Zoom is just so strange.
They didn't accept mine.
What password would it be?
The password would be 026 073. I wonder why some people need to put it in and other people don't. Did that work for you, Beth?
I'm getting asked by one of the beloveds.
Oh, that's so weird.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put it in the Facebook thing too, the post on the Facebook, just in case.
Sam, I'm not getting Michael or his grandma, so I hope I texted him, and I'll text his grandma too. Hopefully that he can join.
Yeah, maybe we could save that monologue for the end. If
Yeah, that would be good.
for everyone.
Governor Florida
Hey, Carrie Bachman.
Hey, Mom. What's up?
I have good news in Richmond.
Yes?
Trader Joe's is going in directly across the street from where I live.
Oh my goodness, Mom.
I knew you'd be happy. I knew you would come to Richmond to visit now.
That's hilarious, Mom. Wow, good for you.
If you go, you have to take orders from us.
Okay, we're just gonna wait a couple more minutes. We should get started here in a little bit.
Sam, do you want to talk about a little bit about how people can mute or what the plan is for that?
Yeah, I could definitely do that. So while people are performing, we're gonna mute everyone. And to unmute, if you're on your computer, you can do it by hitting your space bar. I know that doesn't work for some people. So you could hit the little microphone on the bottom left hand of that gray little strip on the bottom. And then if you are on the phone, you could mute and unmute by pressing the number 6. Did everyone get that? So the number 6, if you're on the phone.
Okay. Hang on just a second. Have you been talking to Louie?
I'm gonna go ahead and mute Carrie. Oh, do you need me?
Yeah. What did he say?
Okay, and then, yeah, so we're basically gonna mute everyone. And then also just as far as the, how this is gonna work is the actors are gonna act out the monologues. And I don't know if everyone knows, but these actors you, and we thank them so much for being here, and we thank Nicole too for putting this all on. We really appreciate it. It's really awesome. And so basically these actors are going to be acting out monologues that are written by everyone that's here pretty much. I think only one person is not here, so it's the community and Time Bank members, which is awesome. And then if you're not familiar with Doña Ana Communities United, that's our organization. It is a community-based organization that the goal is to increase health equity by 3 initiatives, which is a service-based exchange of services, which is an alternative practice without any money involved, which is awesome. And then the second thing is Just Community Radio Show, which is on KTAL, which Carrie hosts every day at 8 o'clock, or is it 8 or Carrie?
Thursdays.
What was it?
8 to 9 on Thursdays.
Okay, 8 o'clock in the morning till 9. And then we also have social equity mapping, which is done by Louie over there on the phone with the beautiful art in the background. He's our equity mapping coordinator, and I'm the Time Bank coordinator. So if you guys are interested in any of our, definitely you can either to me in the chat. My name is Samantha, and I can get you more information. You can also visit our website. You can just Google Doña Ana Communities United. Okay, I think we're about ready. Are you ready, Carrie?
Yes.
And Nicole, are you ready?
Yeah, can I add on to that?
Yes.
And also, Florence, can you hear me?
Yes.
Would you be willing to mute your microphone?
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. So we're all going to work on mute, just so we make sure that there's no extraneous sound during the reading. But first, like Sam said, I want to thank all the writers. I know this probably was a little anxiety-inducing, and maybe you thought, where do I go? What am I writing about? But I just want to commend you for taking a risk and giving it a go. And what you might find today after hearing someone's interpretation, it might be vastly different than what you had in your mind, or it might be exactly. as you thought you would hear it out loud. And you might even find, oh, maybe I could change this or tweak this. Maybe I could turn this into a scene. You might find that this is a genesis for something bigger, or you might just like it as it is, standing alone. And then I want to thank all the actors for saying yes. All of the actors, if you would raise your hand. We've got Zodia, Nick, Jenna, Samuel, Yamilex, and I think, did I get them all? That's 5, right? Yeah, you're all scattered, mixed. Which I should say, if you want, when you're listening, you can pin the video. If you look up in the up right of everybody's box and hit pin, then they'll come up on the big screen. So that's an option if you'd like that. All of these students I asked to volunteer are seniors, so we're really excited to have them and congratulate them on their journey, knowing that this is not the ideal way to find closure in a huge milestone and journey, but I hope this can add to that excitement, this experience. So what we'll do is I've written up a list in no particular order, and we'll just rotate through. Some of these actors, most of them have 2 monologues, one has 1 monologue. But this is how we'll do the order. So the actor will present the monologue, and then we're gonna give the floor over to the writers. So if there's anything you'd like to ask the actor, the audience, you'll have the first dibs. And then the actor can chime in if they have any questions that they wanna ask. And then we can have audience response. And audience response, to keep it moving, I would invite you to do a popcorn. So I thought that was motivating. The flower was a great metaphor. I found peace. You know, so keep them short, simple phrases of how you responded to the monologue, rather than going into detailed feedback. Does that make sense to everyone? Does anybody have any questions? Great, great. So we'll do monologue, discussion, and then we'll monologue, discussion, and we'll just keep rolling. Okay.
I have a quick question, actually.
Sure.
Are we saying the title, if there was given one, or the author of the monologue?
That's a great question. Some of the monologues didn't have titles, but for my own memory bank, I may have attached one. So I will just say the name.
Okay.
But if you want to add to it, that's completely up to you. What's on the written page.
Okay.
Right. But otherwise, I'll just mention whose monologue is going. Okay. Great. So great segue, Nick. Thanks for the softball. We're going to start with Nick Check. I don't like the word performing. Presenting, interpreting Rob Yee's monologue.
Okay. Letter to myself looking back. 4/13/21. Dear Rob, just 12 months ago I felt uncertain about the future. Life was on pause as a pandemic moved throughout the world. Many perished as an eclipse darkened the skies. This darkness lasted for weeks, but felt like an eternity. One day I witnessed a brilliant light illuminate the skies. Things radically changed, as if a reset button had been pushed. Money lost its grip on people's psyche. A shift to experience and cherish life replaced the need to compete for more. I noticed a pervasive spirit of openness and acceptance replacing the need to dominate and control. I see new leaders that I admire step up into positions of influence. Now in 2021, spirituality, education, and science are highly valued. Clean, renewable energy sources power our communities. The billionaire class agree to finance universal income, healthcare, and education, I feel relief from the stress of having to work. I see technology utilized for most mundane jobs, thus freeing us to pursue creative ventures. I no longer feel rushed and anxious, trying to accomplish more for personal profit, to obtain more stuff. Now I take time to create, sketch, write, and play. I'm acutely aware that we are all intimately connected and responsible for the health of ourselves and of the earth. I continue to face the daily challenges of aging, though I still imagine myself as 30-something. It is hard to believe how fast the years slide by as I near 70. In my reflection, I see more gray and aging lines, but I also see the kid who still loves playing ball and floating in the water. All this in the space of 1 year. Cheers. Rob.
Step.
Loved it. Loved it.
Yeah. All right, so Rob,
Yes.
you can start us off. Do you have any questions or thoughts?
Nick, that was fabulous.
Very much.
It's exactly how I would have done it myself.
Thank you.
I appreciate your expressions, and it's a sentiment I've been hoping to spread the word that it's not all bad news. We have an opportunity to change things now, and the future is could be pretty bright if we want it to be.
And Nick, do you have anything?
I really liked the kind of ups and downs that were in it. Like, it started off, when I first read it, the first paragraph, I was like, ooh, this is taking like a mysterious kind of post-apocalyptic turn. And then it has this really beautiful glow coming out of it. The mentioning of the intimate connection for the world and for yourself, the way that you're kind of reflecting on life. It was really beautiful. So it went from this like mysterious darkness to this really beautiful reflection on life. And it was really nice to read, and it was just fun.
That's great. I really appreciate you doing that so much. Thanks, Nick, very much.
Thank you.
And then from the audience, and you're free to use the chat box or you're free to unmute, but just in the style of the Quakers, if the spirit moves you, just popcorn phrases of words or moments that resonated with you.
Thank you.
Nick, I'll share. I'm a friend of Robert's for like 10 years, so it was amazing to see him portrayed by somebody younger. And I truly like felt you embodied him. Like, you're much younger, but you did a great job of sort of this sense of like reflection from an older person's perspective. Thank you.
Well, I couldn't have done it without the writing, so yeah.
Well, Nick, this is Esther, your old colleague from class, and I wanted to say that I felt your words and the sorrow that was in those words. It kind of got to my heart. So it was very deep. So I'm still trying to get to where you're coming from with all that we're going through in the pandemic and happening now at the present. So I thought it was very, very good on that level.
Great.
Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. We'll feel free to jot down notes. You can always private message if you think of something later, or if we have time at the end to bring something back up. But in the spirit of forging forward, let's go to Zodia, and Zodia will be reading Florence's monologue.
And which one
was that? Which was the second one you received, the most recent?
Okay, great.
Great, thank you.
Dear Grandma, you know, Grandma, people who have died and naturally left this world are supposed to be able to still talk to us. I did not know this, did you? Well, anyway, they say it is true, so here I go. I have a few burning questions. My grandpa, your husband, Newton Carey Smith, is shown in the Virginia census with a family. This Newton Carey has the same mother and father, yet Grandpa stated on this marriage application to you that he's never been married. Explain me that. And Grandma, where and how did Grandpa Walker get his name? Who were his parents? Where was he born? I have so many questions, but this will do for now. Please get back to me quickly. If I can supply this information, maybe somebody on Ancestry can get me down the road. I certainly hope so. Love you, Grandma.
Thank you, Zodia. Florence, if you'd be willing to unmute, great. Do you have any things you'd like to say or questions you'd like to ask Zodia or the audience?
I want to thank her for doing it.
Yeah, of course.
I felt that you were really expressing what I felt.
Thank you. How about you, Zodia?
Oh, it was a joy to read. I felt really, to me, it felt sort of young, like a young person sort of searching for their ancestry and their legacy. So that was the direction that I took it, but that was just me.
And how about from the audience? Any popcorn?
So I kind of wanted to, Florence, this is Sam. So Florence had actually read me the monologue because we had to type it in because we had technical difficulties.
All right, so should I?
So it was just really cool to just see the differences in that, right, Florence?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
These were just like super cool.
Can I talk now?
Who is that?
Yes?
Yes, you can talk, yes.
Okay. I just want to say I am a grandmother and I'm 77 years old. And I like this because a young person was asking her grandmother about her experiences. And so often the older people are not interesting to the young people. And that's our society, I think.
Yes. We don't honor our elders.
Well, and sometimes we regret not having that curiosity after a period of time. I think my joy was sparked with "Get back to me soon." I really enjoyed that line. And anything else for Florence or Zodia? Great, thank you so much. So we all go back on mute, and then we'll move on to Samuel. And Samuel is going to start by reading Jim's monologue.
Can I say something really quickly?
Please.
I believe we might have John Hamilton on the line.
Oh, great.
John, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, John. I'm so glad you joined us. We're just starting with the third monologue now. Thanks for making it.
You're quite welcome.
And I also wanted to offer, I forget about this feature, you can also stop video if you want to, again, highlight the actor a little more and then bring the video back on if you have video right now. You certainly don't have to, just want to let you know, I forget that's an option to eliminate any visual distractions. All right, so Samuel and Jim's monologue.
All righty. Is it the first one or the second one that you sent me, Nicole?
I believe, is it titled Mantra?
Yes.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, sounds lovely. Where is my life headed? Does what I do make a difference? how does one learn to love more deeply? It seems it's a path, and knowing this moment is all I have. To be at peace with it all. Peace with life presenting as it does. Spending time going within and creating a life in love. Yes, a fantasy entertainment. It can be all created within, dropping the external reality to have in the internal what is desired. What a dreamer I am. To live in a place of peace and well-being. To have the willingness to give oneself the time and space to go within. My perfect mantra is, I love you. This time in meditation is the most important thing I do. It's about connecting with God, within oneself. Nothing false, but a real connection with the creative force that resides within each of us. I am grateful for this journey.
Thank you. All right, Jim. Questions or comments? And you can unmute now.
Yes. Hi, Nicole. This is
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Esther. We're going to give Jim first dibs.
Sorry.
Monologue.
Didn't
No
hear that.
worries.
I'm
No
so
worries.
sorry. Didn't
That's
hear.
fine.
Jim, you are unmuted.
Okay, thank you. Well, I like the reading. I like the emphasis in certain parts. I thought it was well done. So thank you.
And Samuel?
Thank you so much for letting me read it. I really enjoyed reading through it and trying to learn where to take pauses and enunciate. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Great. And now for the audience. Esther, you had a comment.
Now may I speak?
Yes, please. Yes, Esther. Esther, go for it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I was talking over somebody. I hope you guys can hear me. I never can tell with these.
Oh, we can. We can hear you. Yep.
So, Sam, yes, I loved it. I thought you were really sincere, and when you were talking about it, I think as a person that does meditation myself, I could really hear and see the really deep thoughts you were having on connecting with, you know, Supreme Being or whatever. So thank you. I enjoyed that. Thanks a lot.
Great. And any other thoughts? Jim, if a monologue didn't have a title, I gave it one just for my own memory, and I used mantra because of that statement. I love you is my mantra. So that for me, that was the line that really stuck. Yeah. Great. And just a reminder, people are writing in the chat boxes for those of you that are writers and performing today, if you want to read any of those along the way. All right, so next we have Yami Lex, and she'll start by reading Sam's monologue.
Which is Easter's?
Nope, the other one.
Okay.
That was easy.
Hi, babe. How are you? I'm great. I had an amazing day. I aced my math test and found out I'll be starting on the volleyball team this year. Isn't that amazing? You don't sound so excited. Is everything okay? Yeah, I know I was a few minutes late calling you, but I was just eating and lost track of time. I'm sorry. You don't have to be so dramatic. I know. You know I'm not talking to anyone else. You know I love you very much and would never do that to you. So what if I wore that shirt today? I don't think it was too tight, and that doesn't even mean anything. So you're saying that I'm attracting unwanted attention by wearing too tight of a shirt? I don't agree, but just to make you happy, I won't wear that shirt again. Okay. I love you too. But isn't it great about the news about my date? I know, it's crazy that they let us wear those shorts on the team. I don't like it either. I don't think it attracts too much attention. What? You know, I love volleyball and I've worked hard since the 6th grade to make varsity. I'm not quitting just because you think the shorts are too short. I do put you first. I always put you first, but I wish you can understand how much volleyball means to me. And what do you mean life isn't worth living anymore? There's so many people that care about you. Please don't do this. You always say these things whenever we fight. I can't take it anymore. I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to you. Okay. If it really makes you feel that bad that your girlfriend is showing off too much skin, I'll quit. It was dumb anyways. I should focus on school. Okay, it's getting late. You go. Love you. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
All right, Sam.
Yes, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for performing that. I really liked how you got like the desperation in the voice, because that's what I really was going for, is like, and just the shutdown of it. You're excited, and then just the shutdown, and then the desperation, and then the trying to be positive at the end. You got that in your voice, even like, okay, I need to focus on school. Like it was beautiful. Thank you so much for performing that.
Thank you so much for reading it, like for writing it, my bad. I think it's a lot of the journey is written for the actor, because it's in the words, but then when you decide to take a pause, or where do you stop in the middle of a phrase, kind of. But thank you. It was really fun.
And then I don't know if we said the title, but it was called Teenage Romance. So I think that title was pretty powerful too.
Yeah, I felt that the storyline was very clear about a woman, a young woman, and I think we can all be familiar with that to some extent, sacrificing your needs for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts from the audience? Great, thank you both. And next up is Jenna reading Sandy's.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Let me move Nicole to the other corner. All right. She steps from the shower and dries herself quickly. In front of her is a large mirror. She briefly examines her reflection, sighs, and begins the after-shower moisturizing ritual that began sometime in her 30s, continued through her 40s, 50s, and is now progressed to an all-time high, or maybe low, depending on how one looks at it. Things are just not what they used to be. Let's start with the face. You can choose from the regular, dramatically different moisturizing lotion, or maybe use the triple action eye gel, energizing concentrate, total turnaround skin renewer, but for sure, retinol. It's a must-have. Lately, she's been concerned about the sag under her chin, on her neck and chest, but hey, good news. There's firming neck and chest cream. Comes in a little container, nice lavender color. Continuing south, things go from bad to worse. Her stomach. A million crunches will not make the skin sags, wrinkles, and lines go anywhere. But wait, A new skin-firming lotion with Q10 plus biotin, clinically proven to firm, tone, and moisturize skin, naturally improves skin elasticity, promises to firm in 2 weeks. She's been using it for several years. Not sure if it's working, but afraid to stop. She dutifully applies it to her stomach, sagging butt and upper thighs. Okay, the worst is over. Legs, shoulders, arms, and she's done. Day after day, shower after shower, the ritual continues. Face, neck, stomach, butt, legs, arms, shoulders. Switching from one small bottle of potion to another in the hopes of finding what? Youth? Good looks? A body like a 30-year-old? It will never happen. Yet the hope, the desire, the wish is still there. She teaches, don't judge a book by its cover. Beauty, contentment, joy comes from within. Body acceptance is part of self-acceptance and happiness. But yet, she can't seem to always follow that. When she looks in the mirror and, still seeking that fountain of youth, applies her lotions and potions.
Great. Sandy. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, thank you so much. That was such a great job. It was really fun for me to see someone perform something. I'm not a writer, clearly. And I've, to have someone else perform something that I wrote, I just thought that was really cool. And I think you captured the advertisement part of it that I was really focusing on. I like the way you did it because you switched to sounding like a commercial, and that's exactly what I had intended. Thank you so much. That was great. Appreciate it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for writing it. It was really fun when Nicole sent it to me. I was like, how should I approach this? Because there's actually a lot to it, but it makes it really fun and interesting as a performer.
Great. And anything from the audience? I also like the idea of the perspective of the character, but being told through a performer that is much younger. Yeah, I think there's something interesting there too. Awesome. Okay, thank you everyone. We'll start back at the top with Zodia with the other monologue, and this would be Beth's monologue.
Hi, how are you? So, I have a bit of a confession for you. I've written and rehearsed this over a few times. I've thought about this more than a few times over the years, too. I've thought of just impulsively writing a sentence and sending it out to you without much thought. Anyways, you don't even know what I'm talking about yet. Hi, childhood friend. We haven't spoken or seen each other in over a decade. You saved my life once, and you don't know it. One night, a teenage me was laughing, laying, crying, and praying to a god she didn't believe in upon my floral comforted bed. Angrily, tearfully, and with a snot-filled nose, I challenged God. If I was supposed to live, send me a sign. You promptly texted me, out of the blue, just to see how I was doing. I don't remember what our conversation was about or how it went. I think it was quite short, really. We never talked much, but I think we always rooted for each other to do well in life. That's what I tell myself, anyways. Don't feel pressured to respond. I'm not really sure why I feel I should tell you this, other than that a mild curiosity you had about how I was as a teenager saved my life. I hope you still ask people how they are doing, and I hope people ask you often, too.
Beth.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Glad to hear it.
I don't really have much else to say. That's just how I imagined it would be, I guess.
Great. It was really touching to read. I think a lot of us have had experiences where someone reaching out has really impacted us, and that was really apparent to me in the writing. So I really enjoyed reading it.
And any thoughts from the audience? And again, I'm seeing some pop up in the chat box as well, if you want to take a look at those. And Samuel is on deck. Next up, Samuel, and this is mine.
Oh. All right. There's some old wives' tale about returning to your youth once you're older. Like, you have this foundation, and then you go out on this long, epic journey and find yourself, and at some point, you just end up back where you started. Like, it's human nature, the need to go back, or the want. And in this whole pandemic, I say yes. I have returned from whence I came. But maybe it isn't the pandemic. Maybe it's just an age when it happens, or this pandemic was just timing to notice. And okay, maybe it's not a wives' tale, but it's a thing, right? An old narrative. Like returning to your roots. I didn't go back to the physical place. That place never felt like home. But I find myself returning to a place that is very familiar. Doing homework all day? Check. Taking a nap in the afternoon while falling asleep to soothing Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers reruns? Check. Sneaking snacks, not because I'm hungry, but because I can. Or maybe I'm just bored. Check. Sneaking, being alone. No one around? Check. Okay, there are some differences. I mean, the internet. I can look up anything and inform information I want anytime. I don't have cable, just like before, but there is the Roku with plenty of apps and all the real house of la-di-da I want. And all the Zooming, trivia, yoga, dance classes, and being accountable for all the meetings. You can't make an excuse for not being present if no one can go anywhere. So what now? Doesn't feel like much. Wait. No. I hear the birds sing after eating the feed I leave behind. I sneak a daily peek at the morning glories and seedlings I planted under a new moon, patiently waiting for their transformation. I talk to the animals, spiders, lizards, wasps, and all. I grasp at the seeds, clouds, soil, and rock, with an awareness, a care, just like my grandmother, who lived through a lot more than I did. Not just because I have nothing better to do, but because I can. I want. The smells become more potent. The sun feels warmer. The winds feel good. Feels like roots. I am in my own skin again. I know I am okay. I enjoy the pause. But I still jump when it sounds like someone's pulling into the driveway.
I'm having a vulnerable moment. I was like, who is it? Oh, it's me. Do I have any comments or questions?
Yeah.
I think I took great care to write punctuation in a few little directions, and I thought you got it. I thought you really understood what I was aiming for in the subtext of grammar. So thank you, Samuel.
Of course, thank you.
Yeah, and it was just, I think I've written things before, but I'm always saying them myself. So this was somewhere halfway through, I went, oh, this is really happening. So I appreciate you. I don't think I told you it was mine, so I hope I didn't scare you too much.
Oh no, it was great. Thank you so much. I appreciated it. I might have overthought it if I knew in the beginning, but
Well, yeah, you could have been doing an impression of me, right? And anything from the audience?
I love your vulnerability, both of you, on that. That was amazing. And I see, maybe, do I see some tears in the eyes, or was that just me?
So for me?
Yes.
I stand way too close to the camera. I stand way too close. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I got
Well, yeah. I just want to let you guys know too that I was feeling the same way, and it just feels so comfortable, and I love this safe, creative space, and I was also very vulnerable during my reading too, and I'm just so thankful for this safe space.
Thank you. All right, so I believe, unless Michael has arrived, we are to our last monologue, which is Yummy Lex with Easters. And this would be Carrie's monologue.
This is Easters. In those earliest movies, I towered over my little sister. Easter baskets in hand, we wander our way our tidy suburban backyard. Amy toddles after me, her dress flared wide by a diaper. Grinch-like, I snatch eggs from its hiding place before she can spy it. Smoke superiorities written across my intensely focused face. 2 years ago, cameras weren't allowed, so no images exist to color my memories. Desvelada, high on adrenaline, after a long night welcoming 100 exhausted yet grateful guests to our dry land. When all have finally slept, I walk up and down the rows of cots, fervently wishing the best for each living form. Felices Pascuas, I say later as I wake them each in turn, willing the words to provide some comfort as they continue their unimaginable journeys. This masked spring, there's no shortage of photos. All of us work feverishly to bottle the lessons from this one-in-a-lifetime vintage while pinning for the more mundane flavors of life pre-virus. Cocooned at home, I watch the essential ones soldier on. Minimum wage in exchange for their lives, so I'll have eggs to die. I bring the beats to a boil, and the questions come fast and furious. Who is worthy and who gets to decide? I dip eggs in the blood red juice as usual, as a ritual as soothing as Easter service. Will we ever stop forcing others to bear our crosses for us? I marvel at the pink orbs that emerge from the cups, and I pray we will come out of this pandemic similarly transformed. Perhaps after finally recognizing the beauty in each other, we will together fashion a just new world.
Carrie.
Wow. Thank you, Yamilex. I really appreciated particularly the last part of it, where I felt like there was this sense of hopefulness combined with this sense of resignation that really resonated with me, because that's something I struggle with constantly in every moment now. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I feel like there's words to my feelings too. So thank you so much.
And any other thoughts from the audience? Phrases, moments? I think a lot of us are choosing to use the chat box, so I'll just remind you to take a look at those. That was our final monologue. And all I can keep thinking is like, okay, it's last week, or 2 weeks ago rather, when we started this journey, I think the mantra that came to my mind was disruption serves a purpose, right? And now the mantra that's coming to my mind right now is something that I try to pass on to my students, that theater, art is not therapy. It is very therapeutic though. And I feel very, I don't feel like I went to therapy, but I feel like I got some therapy, if that makes sense. The intent was not that, but that can be a result. So I just want to thank not only the writers and the actors, but the audience, because without you, it's just playing dress up in the bedroom, right? It's like, it's the communal experience. So I want to thank you for all attending and joining in the community.
Nicole, I'd like to thank you for always being ready to step out into community in a way that very few people at the university are. You just continually bring your creativity and your sense of connection. And I'm so grateful to the wonderful students who are here with us today. I mean, I feel like you're going to be part of us now in a way that like I could only have imagined before. So it's truly a gift to all of us at DACU. Thank you so much.
I'm not sure how to end it now, but I would encourage those of you that wrote the monologues, you think you're not writers, but obviously you are. So keep doing that. And if you got something out of it, keep doing that. It doesn't have to be journal entries. It can be like a standalone artistic piece. And I know the students are going to keep, the journey's just beginning. So I know you're going to keep creating. I'm not worried about you at all. And then for the rest of the community, I just encourage you, you see how it was done, play. It might not be your bag, but it's worth a risk. Or we teach yes and in improv, so just say yes and go with it, and then take what resonates and leave the rest.
I think I'm going to go ahead and unmute everyone just in case anyone has anything to say, especially people on the phone, or if anyone wants to contribute to anything or say anything, now would be the time.
Yeah,
I certainly.
I came in a little late. Well, I was here earlier, but I was trying to get other folks connected. My name's Louis. I work with I don't know if I'm pointing at her on your screen, but she's right next to me. So I'm pointing at, I work with Sam, and I work with Carrie, and I'm also I'm an AmeriCorps member with DACU, and I am absolutely just blown away. And let me just fill you in a little bit about myself. My history in working in the private sector has been in IT. It's been all about computers. It's all been about technology. Very, very black and white, very 1 zeros, those who know what binary is. And so it's either on or it's either off. There's no emotion. There's nothing there. And today I got to witness something absolutely incredible. The fact that we're on our screens, we're on our technology, and we're feeling emotions at the same time. So that to me, that was just like mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. And I just wanted to thank Nicole for having this. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the first one, but you know, I'm looking forward to new projects and new meetups. Hopefully, this whole COVID-19 blows over and we can actually meet in person and make it truly special.
I just want to say that, well, I'm muted. I'm muted.
No, you're good. We can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to say that the monologues felt to me like they were coming from people who really felt something deep and wrote about it. And then those actors understood that. And it's not so often in our society that we really communicate about those feelings that are so important to us. So I thought it was wonderful. Thank you.
I certainly thank you for the afternoon. It was just marvelous to listen and not be distracted. It was just marvelous.
It really feels like
Hello?
being, yeah, Florence, I agree. It feels like being present in a moment.
Mm-hmm. It did. It was just marvelous to go from one to the other, from one to the other.
I'd like to thank Nicole and her students, and just say I love live theater, and I miss going to see everything. So it's awesome.
I do have the hookup on a lot of sites that are running free theater of former productions right now. I think I've sent along a few links to Carrie and Sam, but I'm so relieved at some of the productions that are coming out so that I can still enjoy theater.
Yes.
And hear real laughter instead of the canned laughter.
Right.
Yes.
I agree. Thank you guys so much. Thank you,
Thanks,
Nicole.
everybody.
Thank you so much. You guys made me cry today.
Nicole. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
That was
you.
a great
Before we
stretch.
say goodbye, so in one of my classes, I try to do it in all, but I forget. But one of my classes, we've stuck to it, and we always come up with a word that we can all say together. And so there's a way to end it. There feels like there's some closure, right? So anybody got a word they would sum up today?
Next.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna say 3, 2, 1. We're all gonna say fantastic together, and then we're gonna clap, and then we'll feel like we give ourselves permission to click leave meeting. This is the awkward part. Okay. Okay.
Love that.
So the word again is fantastic. 3, 2, 1.
Fantastic.
Bye, Austin.
Bye, Beth.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Oh.